As you know, Athens has been one of the cities participating in the EBENTO pilot sites. It's a city with a very interesting context for this type of initiatives and projects, especially when it comes to testing new solutions on energy efficiency and engaging different users. So today we are really interested in learning more about experience of this pilot site, the result achieved, but also the barriers faced and also the lessons learned along the way. We are very happy to have with us Dimitrios Fotis from METLEN, partner of EBENTO project, who have led the Athens pilot site. Hi, Dimitrios. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm fine. So I'm Dimitrios Fotis from METLEN, now METLEN, and I am the project manager for the European projects like EBENTO. My role in the project is that I am in charge for the Greek pilot site, which is located in Athens.
Let's get started and hear your story. So, could you please can you tell us more about the pilot site? Describe briefly the pilot site, the main challenges you wanted to solve at the beginning of this EBENTO project.
Yes. So, in the EBENTO project, the pilot site of Athens is focused on mainly in demonstrating smart energy environmental monitoring in the houses by using IoT sensors and also with the EBENTO one-stop shop. Our pilot site is located in all of Athens, in all of Attica. It has 12 houses, which include around 30 to 40 users, which used the solution. Our target is to show that the digital tools can make both energy and environmental data more as a tool for the citizens to change their behavior regarding the energy consumption mainly. The main challenge was that we addressed to people which were not quite familiar with those tools, and we had to be by their side with the workshops mainly to train them and thankfully to help them change their behavior routines regarding the energy consumption patterns. The main difference from the other pilot sites was that we didn't have hard renovations. We had only the IoT devices, the digital tools, if you want to say it like that.
Okay. So I guess there were regular people without any knowledge maybe about energy efficiency. So at the same time, you should teach them about the benefits of the energy efficiency at home, right?
Exactly.
Yes, this helps us to set the scenes and understand the starting point of the pilot site. So now regarding engagement and user involvement, now let's talk about the people involved in your pilot site, because you have mentioned that there were 12 homes, but what type of users were involved in your pilot site? How many people participate? And how did you engage them, for example, with workshops, co-creation activities, open days? So can you give us more information about that?
Yes, sure. So the pool of the users were the 12 houses, as I mentioned. They are employees of our company, METLEN, which is quite big. It has around 6,000 employees. And that's the way we chose them. But the houses included also their families. So we had a quite bigger mix of people. That's why I say we had 12 houses and the users were around 30 to 40. For example, in many houses, we engaged first with colleagues of mine, which were chosen firstly, but the main users of the platform and those that attended in the workshops were, for example, their older kids or their wives, their husbands. You understand what I say? Because we saw that, for example, in one house, we had 3 users that were more interested in the platform. And they wanted to join the workshops to understand all about energy efficiency and the project. So, as I said, we had the workshops. We had around 8 workshops, if I recall correctly. Some of them were online and some of them were physically. In my point of view, the physical workshops, which had more hands-on work on the platform, on the one-stop shop, were more interesting for the users because they were also it was like a training session for them. They could understand more for the insights of the platform, and they were very attracted to all of the project by those workshops. Also, on the online workshops, it was more like a Q&A session where they had many questions, because one thing that we understood from the workshops is that they don't understand things that are simple for us, who run the project, because they are not mainly technologically educated. So we had to be by their side all the time.
Yeah, there was a barrier, right, of knowledge barrier for them.
Yes.
And it's great also, I think, to engage also the kids, because it's quite important also involve the kids in a family to this awareness about energy efficiency at home. So from the very beginning, they are learning how important it's to have good behaviors related with the energy, right, that they are consuming. So yeah, engaging users is always a challenge. So we saw that in EBENTO, because we have 4 different cities with different people, culture, climate, etc., weather. And it's very interesting to hear how you approach them. So now let's move now to the solution and activities you implemented during the pilot site. You have mentioned already the EBENTO one-stop shop, but I would like to ask you what EBENTO solutions or activities did you implement in the pilot site, and what are the main results and outcomes from that? And I'm also very curious person, what worked especially well in this implementation?
So as I said, we implemented IoT devices for consumption, for environmental data, for the controllability of boilers and air conditions, HVAC
also
systems.
You have measured, comfort, you say?
Yes, with the environmental. Air quality.
Air quality, okay.
Air quality. We implemented those assets. We also had the one-stop shop platform. The solution that I think that worked the best was the insights the platform could give to the users regarding the data. For example, one user said us in a workshop that which is something very good for the project regarding the behavioral change, that because he lives with his family, his wife and 2 kids, in a quite small apartment, and most of the time someone is in the living room. So he installed the air quality meter in the living room, and he could see that the air quality wasn't quite good.
Mm-hmm.
So by opening the window in sometimes, the air
Yeah.
quality was quite better, and he mentioned that it made the mood better
Uh-huh.
in the family. That's
Yeah.
something he told us. For example, in my house, because I have the devices too, also I'm an end
Okay.
user too.
Okay.
I have created routines with the boiler control, which has helped me time wisely.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me organize my time better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's two examples that the project has helped us change our behaviors. Also,
Mm-hmm.
all the users didn't know how much consumption their houses had, and understood that with simple changes they can make much more economically wise, better usage of the energy, which is
Mm-hmm.
the energy efficiency point. So I believe that the solution that helped better was the visuality of the data.
Okay. So having all the data gather, the end users can see much better the consumption they are doing, the savings they are having, but also well the air quality, for example. So this has a real impact actually, as you have explained, because well, if the air is more concentrated, your brain is not working very well, so maybe they are not as happy as they should at home, and they are not comfortable at all. So everything counts. And yeah, I think you made a great job also in teaching them how this data works, because you must teach them how to read all the data and interpret all the data coming from the platform, right? It's always valuable to see both what worked well and what needs an adjustment in this kind of European projects. So now looking beyond the pilots itself, we would like to understand the impact of your work. So what is the main impact of EBENTO in your pilot sites? And do you expect long-term benefits or continuation after the project ends?
It's my belief that these projects, which are research projects and implementation of solutions, uh, should lead to behavioral changes. So, in our case, where we didn't have physical renovations, which we had only the digital solutions.
Mhm.
I think that the most important thing was to help people understand how energy efficiency works, and to help them change their behavior towards those assets. Uh, I think that the users engage with the platform and with the digital assets
Mhm.
have put them into their lives, and they will also have their devices after the project, so they have changed their behavior towards energy, and I think that that's the most important thing long term.
Also, maybe it's the first step for maybe
Exactly,
energy
exactly.
renovation.
Also, it is something that quite many users ask us if there is a part two of the project, so that
Okay,
they
okay,
can
so they are already
implement more
asking.
solutions.
Oh, great. So yeah, creating lasting impact is key, and so this is really important to highlight. So maybe there will be a next step for them, right? Within them.
Hopefully for them
Okay.
too, hopefully for us too.
Okay. Now let's focus on the user's perspective. You have mentioned already some feedback. This is always my favorite part, learn from the user's feedback. So what feedback do you receive from users? And was there any comment or reaction that really stayed with you?
The quote that I have that I will remember from this project is the one from the user with the small apartment and the air quality. It is something that I didn't expect that it would make so much difference, but in his case, with the small apartment and the crowded place, the air quality sensor made the difference. And it made his life and his family's life better.
He realized that the air quality wasn't good enough at home, and just with some little device, everything changed after that. So it's incredible, right?
Another testimonial was regarding the energy consumption and some smart plugs that we have implemented, which have the consumption of different devices. For example, one user couldn't believe how much energy consumption his dishwasher had. It was like half of the consumption of the house.
Oh, wow.
This testimonial led him to change the device to a newer, but with better consumption.
It's always very valuable to hear directly from the users, especially in this kind of projects, because actually we are developing solutions for the citizens, right? Based on your experience, would you now like to reflect on the lessons learned? So what are the key lessons learned from your pilot site, and what best practices will you share with other projects that they are working in the same area of knowledge?
In our case, I think that the digital tools were quite helpful, but standing alone, they were not enough. What I mean by that, also it is very important to engage the citizens and train them on the digital tools. By training and by engaging the users on the tools and on the platform, for example, in our case, we create more value. If the users were not trained on the assets, they would never discover the insights from all the tools. So, in my opinion, the most important lesson learned was that the engagement and the training of the citizens, along with the data, lead them to behavioral change, can lead them to behavioral change. And also one thing that I can highlight as a best practice for the engagement is that we need to split the users, the engaged people, into different groups, which are more similar. It helps both us and them to understand better the results.
Okay. So you have to identify different groups.
Yes. The difficult thing is to identify the groups, as you said. It's not with age or education or gender. If you ask me, the most important thing is their how much interested they are in something.
Okay.
That's the first thing that you have to identify. Then you can split them by age or by education. But the most important thing is how much they are interested in the project.
So you must identify the most motivated people for participating and be active in the demonstration, right?
Yes. Inside our department, we call them the golden users.
The golden users. Okay.
Yeah, because they are all the time engaged and they are the best to deal with.
These insights can really help others, right? In similar initiatives. So yeah, I think it's a very valuable takeaway from other projects. So now that it's quite important training no matter how good is your tool, but if you don't train the end users that will use at the end this platform, this tool, won't work. And now look at the bigger picture and of your work. So thinking at European level. So how do your results contribute to the European priorities or policies? And can your solutions be replicated in other cities or in other regions?
Regarding the European Union priorities, the most affected pillars were the energy efficiency, of course, which we helped some citizens to understand what energy efficiency is and how they can succeed, how they can have energy efficiency in their homes. Also, I think another pillar affected is the digital literacy, where we helped the citizens to understand how digital tools can be used in their daily life. And I think also the most important thing is that we helped the citizens empower themselves by helping them understand their energy efficiency and digital literacy. With simple tools, we help them change their behavior as a result of the above. Regarding the replication, of course, I think that it can be replicated in other cities, regions, or countries. And of course, it can be replicated inside the pilot site of Athens. It can become a bigger pilot site.
It's important to understand how these results can go beyond the pilot itself. So I think, you have quite high potential to replicate in other parts of Athens, of course, but also maybe in other regions and in other cities. So to finish, let's talk about what comes next after EBENTO. So what are your next steps after EBENTO? And are there plans to scale or continue the work that you have done in EBENTO project?
Well, as I said, the users keep asking us if there will be a continuous of this project or if there is another project that they can participate regarding the assets we explored in EBENTO. One thing that they keep asking us is that if they can have PVs in their houses, so they can have PVs and batteries, so they can have self-consumption, because they understood that energy efficiency can be done by their behavior, but it would be much better if they can generate their own energy.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we will try to find a next project as a continue of the EBENTO. Maybe it would be nice if the partners of EBENTO work on the next project altogether, because I think we had a very nice consortium with many different aspects. For example, in Tallinn, the pilot site was quite different and was very interesting because it also had social aspects different from our example. And I think that it would be nice to continue in a project like that. Also, something that it is in my point of view is that we can have an EBENTO-like project adjusted to small businesses. To very small businesses. It's something quite different, but I think it will be also interesting to check to insert actually the energy efficiency and the digital literacy into small businesses, which have been quite damaged with all the energy costs.
You are right. We are focused on the homeowners, but also business owners also they are being impacted with the high cost of the energy right now. I'm very excited to hear about the good feedback that you have received from the end users. They are waiting for the next steps. So crossing fingers to have a next project there to help them to improve their energy efficiency. So yeah, thank you very much, Dimitrios, for sharing your experience. It was very interesting to learn about more about the Athens pilot site and your journey in EBENTO project. And everyone watching, thank you for being part of the EBENTO journey. See you soon, Dimitrios.
Thank you, Raquel.